Hey guys, just wanted to show you a quick video here with the Set-Rite extender. Just picked this up to use in my bathroom. The previous homeowners or tile guys, when they installed, they didn't move the flange up. It's supposed to be sitting above the tile here. So instead it's down below, and what they did as a fix is they just stacked two wax rings on top of it. I was getting lots of clogs, pulled the toilet off, the rings had shifted, and I had about that much space of clearance for water and for when the toilet flushed. So I was backing up, actually caused it to overflow and ran downstairs. And got a nice stain in my ceiling now I gotta take care of. So this is the kit. Comes with a little gasket. That's gonna be the first thing that goes on. If you don't got room around the tile here, I had to chip some off to make room for that to fit nice and flush. Next, you're gonna use the extenders, and you wanna find one that makes it sit nice and flush with the tile here. And then that's gonna bring that up just like that. Next thing you wanna do is grab your extender here. You can see that hole here is actually a little bit smaller. I don't know how well you can tell, but so it's gonna push down through. And you just wanna line everything up here nicely. And pull this out so you can kind of see it all assembled. So you can see it does kind of perform a nice seal there on the extender. That's going to go down fairly well into the drain. Alright. The kit comes with some screws here. If you have a plastic or metal flange like I do, it calls for just using the gasket. If you've got an old cast iron flange, then they ask that you put a wax ring on it instead of the gasket before putting the extenders down. The metal screws here are self-tapping, so if you got a plastic or a metal flange, they'll screw right through. You don't have to worry about lining these new holes up with the old holes. What you do want to do though is make sure that your bolts that are going to hold your toilet in place are lined up nice and straight here with the room, so that way when your toilet goes in, it can be square with the room here. I'm going to get these guys lined up here, and I guess I didn't get very good lined up. I guess it's got to drill through the gasket in some areas. There's only 3 holes that are pre-supplied there. If you want to line those up, you can. Otherwise, just drill right through. Right, so just want to get that secure in there, and making sure those are straight. Right. All right. So I went over and grabbed my drill. You should get a nice bit. Fits well. And I'll put this one in first because it's not going to have to drill through the flange below. Well, right. I'm going to have to do this with 2 hands, so next time you see this, it'll be screwed down. Alright, so I got her screwed in there. A little tough on some of them, but it did screw in through the right through the metal flange down below. This side of mine sits a little bit higher, but when I was looking, the flange actually sits a little higher than that. But got a nice lip now. It's above the tile, so we should be good. Next, you want to grab your toilet bolts here and pop them in place and secure them down. Alright, just got the toilet bolts put in there and snug down in place. I can move them a little bit so I can adjust the toilet as needed. I'm going to drop the toilet on top just to make sure I lined it up well enough before adding the wax ring down and securing it. Also going to take a chance to mop the floor in here since there's no toilet to have to work around, so I'll be back in a sec. Alright, so I got the Set-Rite all installed, got my toilet bolts in place, and I just installed my wax ring. Looking online, some people recommended putting the ring on the toilet. Set-Rite's instructions call for setting the wax right onto the flange, so got it on there, and it's a little cold today, so I got the heater running for a couple of minutes. Next up, I'm going to drop the toilet down carefully and bolt her up. Alright, we're back in business after letting the heater run for a couple minutes to warm up the wax. Carefully lined up my bolts down here and installed them. Now, these bolts are a little long now that they were on the, well, actually they were a little long before, but now that they're on top of the Set-Rite, so you can take a hacksaw and shorten them off so you can put your caps back on if you want to hide those and keep your toilet looking clean. Otherwise, turn your water back on after hooking it up and let it sit for a while. Fill the toilet back up, flush it, see if she goes. Flush a couple times, check around the perimeter, make sure it didn't get any water out there. Also check your fitting on the back of the tank. And here we go. Hope this video helps some of you guys out there. Have a good one.